Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our wonderful Enchanting Citrus class. I wanted to take the time to teach you all about how important citrus is, especially since before the recording, we had a nice, lovely conversation, preview of a conversation that we're going to have about how important cleaning and cleansing and healing is during this time. So, before we jump into all of that, let's go ahead and start with our announcement for this evening. Everybody looks so pretty, by the way. I forgot that this wasn't a glamour magic course. I started the class off trying to figure out what I was going to wear, you guys. And I was like, what color did we assign? Then I remembered it's not. So if you guys want me to bring the glamour magic series back, I will. If for those of you that don't know what it is, that was the honey trap syrup and the Seeing Things course, which I do not believe that I've released yet. And a couple of other things, just all things attraction magic. But I digress. Let's go ahead. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's class. I am the love goddess, as all, and some of you may not know, but most of you do. I am the love magic and fertility specialist for those of you that have gotten pregnant over here. Hey girl, how's my nieces and nephews? Um, it's like a handful of people, y'all. I'm not just talking to one woman. There's like a few that have gotten pregnant. Story for another time. But tonight we are talking about the lovely. I said we were going to do our announcements first, didn't I? I did. Okay. So yes, I am the wonderful fertility specialist here at Black Spectrum Network, the Orisha Hoodoo Institute, and just, all around, right? So I also specialize in protection magic. For those of you that knew me before I was the love goddess, you know that I was out here, you know, yeah, we're not even gonna talk about that. I was out here kicking ass, y'all. I was out here kicking ass, and Frida came and got me, and she said, "Baby, I need you to do something else." Once again, a story for another time. If you guys want me to start doing like story times and really sitting down and telling y'all the chronicles of a priestess, I absolutely will. And one of the reasons why I am thinking about releasing a series like that for you all is because I know a lot of you are very eager to get out in your community and do like the hands-on work. Let me tell you something, it's ghetto out here. It's ghetto out here. And I think that if you have an idea of what it is that you're potentially going to be up against, it would help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the last maybe 15 minutes of class for this particular class for you all to ask me some of the questions that you just have curious about being a priestess and some of the things that I may have seen. If I could tell you, I will. Remember that but like specifics are personal and we're not allowed to talk to anyone about what it is that you all talk to us about in your consultations. So yes, it's private, it's completely confidential, just like a therapist would be. So I want you all to think about that as well. So since y'all said that, I'll save it for the end of class. Drop your questions in the comment section so you don't forget and so I don't forget to come back to them. So onward and upward. I am also the great mother. Yes, I said great, the great mother, and the head conjurator here at the Hoodoo Shop. My personal baby, my botanical, my shop, all things the love goddess, all of my classes. I have, you guys are going to be so excited. So, speaking of the Hoodoo Shop, I have an announcement. I have an announcement. You all have been looking for wholesale smudge sticks and all kinds of things for your own personal botanicals. I know that a lot of you have been looking for the black owned botanicals, the bookstores, the all of it. So I am pleased to announce that as of 4 p.m. today, you all are able to go into the Hoodoo Shop and buy your smudge sticks. You're able to go and get your physical hard copies of books. You're able to go and get your grimoires. There are enchanted books. And remember that everything that you receive is already enchanted by me. There is nothing that you're going to get that I have not touched first. because y'all are my kids, and I gotta, yeah. So it's a wonderful way to make sure that you're not getting items that are hexed, right? You're not picking up the white, you know, because you don't know what's on that. You don't know about other botanicals. You don't know about other spiritual stores. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, everybody wants to be a priestess. Everybody wants to be doing work on people, and it's just not safe. It's not safe. So took it upon myself and my team to go out and source our own things, right? And put it where you all can have open and ready access to it. You all know that the Hoodoo Shop, you know, you can book your love readings with me. As you heard Sandra said, she needs to book a reading, and she does. And she does. You, and keep in mind, I'm going to continue uh adding more things to the store. You all go in there. There's a team that is on call almost 24 hours. Go in there and submit your questions. If it's not a pre-generated question, just type it in and say, "Hey, I have a suggestion for the Love Goddesses store. This is what I need as a priestess. This is what I need as a witch. I need help." Right. So I will be adding brooms soon. Soon. Yes, there's the link posted for the store. Somebody go back into the meeting chat and copy that message that I sent and repost it in the chat, please. Um, and so there is just a lot. There is a lot of wonderfulness just going on. There are all kinds of things you all can go, okay, so I am specifically excited about these kits that I made for you all. Specifically excited about these kids. So I know that you all, a lot of you, from what I understand from consultations and what I've seen in the Facebook groups and all kinds of things, there's been a lot of just pain related to the female womb. And so I wanted to do something to help you all with that. And they're with these Osupa meaning moon. So somebody write that down. Osupa. It's the name for the moon in Yoruba. Write that down. So these are the Super Healing Kits. Y'all can't see that, and I'm not going to lift it up, so I'm going to show it to you. So this is a jar of honey trap syrup. So you saw some of the girls in the chat saying, "Oh, I love my syrup." This is what they're talking about. This is what it looks like. Yes, you get this much. It comes with this cute little honey stir, because of course Oshun is here, right? So of course we're going to honor her with a little tub of honey inside of a honeycomb, right? And then we have a couple more things in here. We have the healing soap. So for those of you who came to your Reveal Healing Cleanse sessions over the summer, whew, whew, I was made aware that a lot of you don't have places to actually take spiritual baths. And I'm saying that because, like, as modern witches, as modern priestesses, as modern practitioners, we can't go outside in today's world and like pour a bucket of water over our head and all white and people not look at us crazy. Nobody, like, when you need a spiritual bath, you do not want to sit here and after that bath have to scoop herbs and things out of your tub. It's the most exhausting thing ever. It's too much. You're supposed to sleep after your spiritual baths. You're supposed to eat. You're supposed to take care of yourself, not clean up. So go get soap. That's what this is. Y'all can't see that? Hold on. I got you. This is soap. This is soap. It should last for a good minute. When it starts to break apart, that means it's just little pieces falling off, right? This is enchanted spiritual soap. Go get the spiritual soap at the Hoodoo Shop, okay? For those of you that came and ate up all my soap the first time, you know that this soap sells out fast because it's the easiest thing it's the easiest access to a spiritual bath that you could possibly have. Go get the soap before it sells out again. I'm thinking about releasing a new one for the winter solstice this year. So if y'all want that, let me know. We'll see. We'll see. Just a lot of different things going on at the Hoodoo Shop. There's so much happening. I also have what we like to call a love goddess gift for y'all. Cause y'all know I'm a little childish. So I have released what I like to call a bitch repellent. And I do mean that. what I've noticed spiritually, magically, as of lately, is that there has been like a lot of animosity and tension amongst the mermaid world, amongst the women world in general. And part of tonight's class and part of our last class last month was about how we need to get into the habit of standing up for ourselves. So I made y'all something to help. If you all were a part of the Poison Ivy class from last year, then you remember making this. But I've come back with her and I have chosen to reinvent her and rename her as well. So this is our bitch repellent, y'all. Y'all see that? Look at her. She look like poison, don't she? It's because she is. If you're having trouble with people at your job, if you are having trouble with family members that are a little nasty, if you are having issues with old friends and things of that, use this. Use this. It is about the best thing, right, that you can get your hands on. So, are y'all here? Are y'all awake? Y'all say something in the comments. Y'all know my emoji. Y'all better drop the little heart with the fire on it down there. So let me know what you all think about having access to Poison Ivy. If I'm not mistaken, I might have taken her out of the store for a little while, but she should be back. If she's not, she'll be back by the time class is over because the team is watching this class as well. So I'm glad that y'all heard me on that. Let me know if that's something that y'all need. We're gonna have the chance to really talk about all of that stuff and talk about some of the problems that have been going on this season. Because if I know what's going on with y'all, I can begin to direct y'all, like point you in the right direction in terms of like your medicines and medications and spiritual, whatever's that you need, right? So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Um, as you all know, because you've probably seen it all over Facebook and I keep talking about it, Love Sap. Let me show y'all mine. Ooh, let me be careful with her because she is a doozy. Oh, she's being a little mean to us this evening. This is Love Sap. Well, this is my bottle of Love Sap. Can y'all see that? Yeah, this is mine. She's pink. I know. And there are samples of Love Sap at the Voodoo Shop. If you guys don't know what Love Sap is, you see Sandra saying, yeah, because she didn't got herself in enough trouble with this. I've actually thought about not allowing her to buy anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'm going to tell you why. Love Sap was one of the first original aphrodisiacs that we made available here at Black Spectrum Network, and specifically the Love Goddess under the Hoodoo Shop. She has been responsible for all of the pregnancies here, y'all, every single last one. And she is actually responsible for a recent engagement. I will not say who. If she decides to make that announcement, I shall allow her to do so. But there has been a recent engagement here at BSN under Love Sap and the power of our Reveal Heal and Cleanse sessions. So if you all are looking to remove all of these blockages and all of this extra stuff that you may have going on, come to our in-person events. Come to our in-person events in Atlanta. Come meet Priestess Oshun Funke. Come meet myself. Yes, I'm gonna be there. It's come sit with us. Come learn these traditions for real and not over the internet, right? This is convenient. Thank God. You know, we thank God, we thank Ogun for the technology to be able to get this done. But you know, but we but we need to lay hands on y'all for real in order to help. And that's what this young woman chose to do. And so yay. And congratulations to her. And I'm so happy. And yes, can't wait for my next Love Sap baby. Feel like a date. A date? Are you asking like the date of her wedding? I don't know. I don't know where I have no clue and I wouldn't be the right person to share that information. But I found out recently. So okay. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to tell you all about. We already talked. She says she's pregnant, but she hasn't used any yet. It can also help to give you a healthier pregnancy. So that's something else I wanted to talk about this evening. I have so fertility magic is not just for pregnant women and to get pregnant, right? Fertility magic is also for those of you that have dealt with postpartum. The soap is for that as well, and so is the love sap. Um, anything that's under the love magic section should be something that's able to aid you in regards to your fertility related problems, the problems of the woman, the wounds of the woman, right? And I'm actually going to make that a whole separate section in the hoodoo shop before the night is over, the wounds of the woman. And make sure that you all are sending love donations, because y'all know this is a free class. I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all this evening and teach y'all something. But my point is that yes, if you went through a difficult pregnancy, if it was painful, if you, God forbid, or unfortunately had to deal with it alone or anything of that nature, I want you all to get into the habit of using love magic. Use it. That's what it's for. It's not just for dating and for men and all these other things. It's for you, right? And that's the power of it all. And y'all can hear my puka, who is 8 pounds, but thinks that he's 23. Okay. So I'm gonna mute y'all so y'all don't have to listen to Puka. Actually, no, I'm not, because he's gonna stop and I'm not gonna let him distract me this evening. He hurt me. Anyway, so I hope you all take all of these announcements accordingly and use them for all the things that you would need to use them for. And now I think that it is time. He was absolutely affirming that it's not just for these men. Puka is pro anti man. He is okay. He's a Virgo. And he's a Virgo. So I want y'all to take that in mind. Okay. He's a Virgo. So he's definitely agreeing with me as he's throwing his tantrum. And I have a very special announcement. So you all have been asking me about love magic rituals, and I am pleased to announce that I will be announcing dates for my love magic rituals, both online and in person, for next year. I will be hosting a Valentine's Day event in Atlanta that will be a love magic ritual. So if y'all trying to force somebody to propose, if y'all are trying to move on with your lives, for the divorcees, the breakups, the ex-husbands, the all of it, on a more personal level, the abortions, the miscarriages, all of it, you need to come to Atlanta for Valentine's Day and let the day of love actually be about you. We haven't announced the dates or the payment link or any of that information just yet, but you are more than welcome to stay up to date with the Orisha Hoodoo Institute via Discord and on Facebook. So be on the lookout for the event announcements, because it is going to be a doozy, y'all. This is going to be so exciting. We're going to drink rosé and we're going to eat cake and everybody's going to cry and laugh and just, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, and if you want 10% off in the Hoodoo shop, because the code is available because you all joined for this class. The code is LOVEBUG, LOVEBG, LOVEBUG. Use it. All right, so we are going to get started with our class for this evening, because I know that was a lot of announcements. That was a lot to absorb. So I hope you all have your grimoires, your notebooks ready, because I got a little bit of a mouthful, but not too much, right? All right, let's do this. So tonight we will focus on the magic of oranges. Yes, the magic of oranges. Oranges are our symbol of joy. They are known as the gold fruit. So I want y'all to write this down. If you ever need to use gold in a magical working and you don't have gold, use oranges instead. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, drop my heart emojis in the comment section. Y'all better let me know. Send me my asheos, okay? Because I'm gonna lay it down for y'all. Okay. So oranges are a symbol of joy. They are a symbol of good luck. They are our purity, our prosperity, our abundance, our love. They are our love. Did you all know that you can give oranges to the ancestors to honor the mothers? Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Okay. So, mm, they are often used in spells and rituals to attract positive energy and ward off evil. We already know that. So, this class, because I feel like I'm going to go off script, right? I wrote this entire lecture for no reason. Um, this is a class about Oshun. The only way we can talk about the orange is to talk about Oshun. Oshun is our great mother. She is the symbol of prosperity and abundance here on earth. She represents our joy. She represents our positivity, our confidence, our love, right? And she is that fire. She is literally the fire that's living in our cores, right? And I want you all to think about this in a way to understand how she shows up in your lives. We have a saying here. I see these love donations. Y'all so sweet to me. Y'all are so sweet to me. Um, but Oshun is here. You all often hear us say here at OHI, the Orisha are not with you because of what you have. They're with you because of what you need. The Loa are not with you because of what you have. They're with you because of what you need. And so when we think about and we try to wrap our heads around why Oshun would be here with us, especially tonight, right? Because she's sitting here in class. She reminds us this season to be joyful, to let go of the things that are painful, the things that we have held on to. Did you all know that today is a Wu Day? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the funny thing is that I love, love me some Ogun. I feel like he helps us to think positively. He helps us to think rationally. He teaches us what we should let go of. He works very closely with Oshun, and you all know that he rules over the heart chakra. And so Ogun, Ogun, he rules over our heart chakras, right? So Oshun rules over your solar plexus, and Ogun rules over the heart. So when we think about what these two chakras represent, right? The heart and the solar plexus, our solar plexus being our confidence and our heart being our love. You have to think about how one really does interact with the other. Sometimes Ogun can represent our hardships, the things that we face in life. He can represent our obstacles. He can represent our willpower, to be honest with you. Um, Ogun, our hearts, can represent how willing we are to move on from it. So if you have had, and I do not mean to get too personal, but for those of you that have had something horrendous happen within the past year, I want you to put my emoji in the comment section. And without personally explaining, if you choose not to, I give you these words of advice. Allowing what has happened to sit right here will destroy your confidence. Allowing that to hurt you and to stay with you in such harsh ways will steal your joy. A lot of you know that when Oshun shows up, she giggles, she laughs, because she's just happy to be here. She is ecstatic about coming here and being called on by her children because she is the mother. Which brings me to our conversations about mothers. And I know that it may seem like I'm jumping around in this conversation, but I'm not if you're following along. For those of you that are having hard times with your relationship with your mom, y'all need to go fix that. And that's not me saying that that's your fault because it's not. We can't choose who our parents are. We can't choose how they behave, none of that. But I think that you would feel a lot better if you accepted that. Did y'all just hear me? Because we got real quiet for a second. Y'all got
No, it like went out. Could you repeat that?
okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. So ooh, I forgot what I said, y'all. Ooh, you said okay. Somebody type it in the comment section because I don't exactly. If you are having a hard time with your mother, if you have a rough relationship with this individual, you all would feel a lot better if you accepted that you cannot change them. I have mentioned this before, and I think when we talk about the love goddess, a lot of people just think about the attraction aspect of things. But I need y'all to hear me when I say this. Love, love, or a lack thereof will rule your life, baby. And no, you didn't deserve to be treated like that. No, you did not deserve for someone not to take care of you. Am I making sense? No, you did not deserve for somebody not to take care of you. I am not saying that at all. But, or however, how do you feel now? How are you allowing what that person has done to affect you, your relationships, your marriages, your own relationships with your children? How have you allowed it to affect your relationship with yourself? Are you kind to yourself? How do you talk to yourself when you make a mistake? Are you patient? Do you snap? Do you have moments where you say things to you that somebody else would have said to you that wouldn't have been okay? I want you all to think about that this evening because Oshun has an entirely different message almost than what I was going to give you. Funny how she shows up, right? So we talk about Oshun and the mothers because Oshun, to work with her properly, to receive all of the benefits that she has for you, you have to let go. And I'm not saying that you have to figure out how to let go of these things by yourself. She will definitely help you do it, right? But you have to be ready to do so, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. You have to be ready to let these things go. You have to choose your joy. You have to be so selfish that you choose your own joy over someone else. I don't care how selfish that sounds. This is the last year that that you, that all of us, that any of us are going to live our lives for other people. If you keep letting your mom upset you, you are going to let her win. I do not say this to overstep, but I do say this because it's true. Take it from a priestess, right? Why would you let someone who's already miserable make you miserable? Y'all got real quiet. Why would you let somebody that's already miserable make you miserable? Why would you let someone who why would you let someone that you watched let men disrespect them tell you how you should run your love life? I must have struck a nerve. Don't let people do stuff like that to you. Don't let people that didn't take care of their personal lives tell you how to take care of your personal life. Don't let someone who was a bad parent to you tell you that you are being too kind to your children. Don't. Mm-mm. Y'all need to stop taking y'all's parenting advice from bad parents. Yeah, you need to cut that out. You need to stop taking your parenting advice from bad parents. You need to stop taking personal, spiteful comments about y'all's appearances from people that don't even love themselves. How you gonna tell me that I feel like I'm stuck up and you feel like you ugly? Why? why would I? Why would I take advice from you about my self esteem and my self worth, and you don't even like yourself? Why should I care that you don't like me when you don't like you? You don't like nobody. If you don't like yourself, I'm a firm believer you don't like nobody. So I don't have a reason to listen to you. I'm not gonna let someone who threw their life away at 20 years worth of a job tell me that I shouldn't be an entrepreneur. Start y'all's businesses. That's why I put all of that stuff in the hoodoo shop. So y'all can go start your own botanicals. Stop letting people tell y'all you're not supposed to be a priestess. So, and come serve your community. Because it's ghetto out here in these spiritual streets and we need some help. I need y'all to go train. I need y'all to figure out what y'all doing. I need you to get your shit together. Stop running from your calling, because as the priestesses that are out here in the streets, we need some fucking help. Y'all don't even know how rampant the demons are running this season. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and get it together. I need y'all to start them stores. I need y'all to start laying hands. I need y'all to come get trained. I need you to do all of that so you can go back out into your communities and do this job and sit on this side of this camera. I need y'all to do all of that because y'all taking too long. Y'all are taking too long. Y'all are taking too long. In the state of the world, y'all already see what is going on. Why wouldn't you think this is where you're supposed to be? Why? I'm telling you, we need some fucking help, and y'all over there twiddling y'all damn thumbs because somebody said you a devil worshiper. I need y'all to get y'all head out of the fucking gutter. Nobody cares what them bitches think about what we're doing over here. Let them mind their business. And if they want to mind ours, we can pull out the receipts and show how we've aided in our community. Okay. How we're giving children to the infertile, how we're washing off childhood trauma, how we're pulling people out of these dark places. Damn it, how we're the ones that's treating addiction. Y'all didn't know that we can treat addiction here at Black Spectrum Network? Y'all didn't know, huh? Y'all have no clue what we have been out here in these spiritual streets trying to lay out, girl, trying to do God's work. Come do y'all damn job. I am tired of having to come get y'all. I'm tired of having to tell y'all to stop arguing on Facebook, because that's not what you're here for. You're here to learn, to do your job. Do your job. Do your job, priestess. Do your job. I shouldn't have to tell you to do your fucking job, but since I do, this is like my first and last warning. And those of you that are my students know I show up in motherfuckers' dreams on accident too. Be all up in y'all shit. Come do y'all jobs and stop making me have to come get y'all, because we're tired. Y'all been wondering where we at. We tired. Tired and still working. Not around, but always around. Y'all better get the fuck up and come do y'all motherfucking jobs. I'm tired of y'all asses. I'm so sick of y'all. I am so fucking mad at y'all. Y'all need to get the hell up and stop with all this foolishness. All this foolishness. All this foolishness. I am so sick of this shit. If y'all post one more thing about this, y'all, if I see any more of y'all talking about Saint Expedite in our Facebook groups, we gonna have a problem. We gonna have a problem. Because why y'all not working with Black people? I said what I said. I don't care how y'all take that. Why are you not working with the pantheons of your ancestors and the traditions that were built on the backs of those that came here before us? Why would you go off into something that you don't even, why would you go and pray to those that enslaved you? I don't understand. Why would you do that? Our ancestors got the shit beat out of them, got killed, murdered, molested, and everything under the fucking sun, and got forced into praying to Saint Expedite, and you would go to him of your own fucking free will? Why? I'm so damn mad at y'all. It's funny, we didn't went so far off course from this lecture, but oh shoot, here she mad. She's mad. Because why? How are y'all scared of the Orisha and the Loa, but y'all are not scared of the Saints? How? I'm gonna wait till somebody give me an explanation. How are you afraid to work with your ancestors? I had one young woman come out and just say to me, I don't know my ancestors, and I don't even know that I would want to work with them. Wow. Could y'all imagine Could you imagine a young woman saying, a priestess, a supposed to be priestess of all things, saying, I don't know my ancestors and I don't know whether or not I would want to work with them anyway. Y'all see how all of this ties into our class tonight about self-love and how cleaning off the things that you don't need is important. How are you supposed to help other people? You do know when you do spiritual work, you open a portal. How the hell are you supposed to be able to, your one man army can't keep shit from coming through that portal that ain't supposed to be here? That's why you need your ancestors. What are y'all supposed to do when the Orisha actually show up when you call them and then your ass can't get off the floor? That's why the ancestors are here. Who's supposed to feed your Ori when you are too tired? That is why your ancestors are here. Who is supposed to sit here and pour water on you like me right now when my mermaid tail has grown? Because Oshun is here and she is upset and she ain't leaving no time soon. I can feel her sitting on my head. Who is supposed to pull you up out of there? Who? If you walking around talking about you are a one-woman army. Stop it. Stop not asking for help. I don't give a damn who didn't help you before. If you landed your ass here in this school, you don't have a reason not to be asking for help. Y'all better drop an ashe. Because y'all done got me mounted for class, and for what? Y'all better say something. You better say something. Take care of yourselves. Take better care of yourselves. Why are y'all letting them kids run y'all the fuck over? I thought you was the mom. Why are y'all letting why y'all letting them kids run y'all over when you're the priestess? You're the mother. Why are you going in closets, bathrooms, crying alone? Because you just that stressed out. And you got all this help available, an entire arsenal of medications. Put them kids down and make them act right. And y'all are out here trying to do this shit by yourselves. If I see another one of y'all try to do an egg reading on a child, I'm gonna beat your ass. Because there's an easier way for you to be doing this without opening up portals on your kids. Because that's what that's doing. Without opening up portals on your kids that y'all don't know how to close back. There is an easier way. There is a simpler way. There's a simpler way to put protection over your babies, y'all. That's not going to exhaust you and cost you a shit ton of money, okay? Because priestess know about inflation, okay? It's been rising for quite some time. But I hope that y'all are following along with tonight's class because I just cannot believe you. You know a better way to do this because we're talking about oranges. I want you to take an orange. I want you to pray over it. That you can take a psalm out of the Bible, okay? Try Psalms 23. Pray it over the orange. Wipe it over the children, okay? Okay. You cut the orange open, you'll see what's going on with the kid. If you don't know how to read the orange, come to me at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute and I will literally teach you how to do an orange cleansing. So you can go and do it yourself. Okay. But all of this extra stress and this extra anxiety and the crying and the screaming, y'all want to know something? We hear when y'all cry. Weirdest thing ever. Being a priestess is about the most invasive thing I think I've ever been through. Okay. Because I be knowing things about y'all that I don't think I particularly asked. And that is why I'm telling you all of this. To take good care of yourselves and to be careful about those that you let into your homes, into your spaces, into your minds during this time. It's been a weird year. No? Like it's been a rather tension-filled year. And if you all have been following me for the past few months, really since about last year, actually, we talked about the fact that there was a lot of tension building and we didn't necessarily know when it was going to be unleashed. And I think that this is the time where people have a very bad habit of throwing rocks and hiding their hands. which is why I made that comment about demons being on the loose, because lo and behold, excuse me, there are people who are sick. Someone said that in the comments. There's a lot of sick people running around. There are a lot of sick people running around. And believe it or not, a lot of those sick people find their ways over here into these traditions and these communities, because a lot of people have a misunderstanding that this is not like the church. Yes, it is. Just a different church. You got to get out of the habit of trying to run from one religion. But no, so no, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful about what's going on during this time. But what I was saying is that this place, these traditions, these cultures, our Facebook groups attract a lot of people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what portals they're opening up. They don't know who they're talking to. Beware of those people that get in the groups and be like, everybody practices different. I don't have to do things exactly how you do it. You're right, you don't. But what you specifically, you cannot try to call on Oshun and you're not initiated and you don't damn near hurt yourselves. Um, you don't you don't go and start opening portals with Wong and you're not initiated into Haitian Vodou. And I'm telling you all of this not because we are gatekeeping, but because these spirits are dangerous. Like, it's not them that's dangerous, but your actions and your intentions can get you in a lot of trouble with them. And so take it from, we are simply the ones that have known our parents, right? Yours and mine. We've known our parents longer than you have. And so we know what is and is not going to upset them for the most part. And we know when you should and should not be going to go bother them. And that's another thing that I was talking to you all in regards to St. Expedite. You don't know what makes that man tick. Don't go bothering him. Some pound cake and a red candle is not enough to feed something that big. I promise y'all it's not. Do not be letting these sick people in the group convince y'all to go do stuff that they're telling you that they're doing. Because the odd thing about it all is that just because something bad didn't happen. Mhm, mhm. Just because something bad didn't happen this time doesn't mean something bad is not going to happen later. um the spirits collect tax, right? That's what I would call it. They collect tax, and if you don't have enough to pay your tax, they're gonna take it from somewhere else. um I don't want to make this an entire class about spiritual wellness, but it is a class about spiritual wellness because we're technically talking to Oshun and with Oshun about energy vampires, right? And how prominent they are during this particular season. So once again, when we think about Oshun and how she talks about you all not um holding on to things with your parents and with other people, that's why. Because although the person themselves may not necessarily be an energy vampire, their actions may be vampire like. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? Let me know. Let me know. I hope so. Okay, so you want to stay away from environments like that. I want you all to be careful about who you sleep with specifically. Ooh, you got to be real careful about who you sleep with during this time. Because once again, people are just not healthy right now. Does that make sense? So, some people, and I know this sounds a tad bit morbid, but this is a magical class, and if you all want to partake in the priestess activities, you're going to have to listen to what it is that I'm telling you, even if it makes you uncomfortable. We do this, we come in contact with a lot of uncomfortable things every day. Okay, things that are triggering, that are just egregious, just all kinds of things. And so when I say this, I want you to take this in mind. Oshun is really, 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 really good about removing men in sexual partners, romantic partners that have bad traits like that. So when you think about Oshun being good at that, remember that everything we talk about in regards to Oshun, we're talking about in regards to the orange as well. Are y'all following along now? Y'all see how all of this ties into the orange? Let me know. Let me know. Come on. Okay. So good, good. So when we think about what I was going to say to you all is that you have to keep in mind that there are spirits, energy vampires. Y'all know energy vampires love sex. Energy vampires love sex. They love that physical interaction because nothing truly ever fulfills them. That's what demons are like. Write that down. This is a brief class, a little bit about demonology, to be perfectly honest with you, because there is a class that I need to teach you all about spiritual wellness, and we're going to touch on the consequences of working with demons. But briefly in this class, because we're talking about the cleansing and healing powers of Oshun and the orange, an orange is a great way, if you know how to work with it properly, to pull Ashe like that off of you. So if you have dealt with situations like that where you are maybe dealing with a narcissist is just a fancy word for vampire, for something that's close to a demon, could be close to it. Um, an orange is a good way to pull all of that out because Oshun's gonna come in and wash it off, right? So I brought up the topic of energy vampires loving sex because it's that interaction with that spirit. It's for the vampire or for the demon, for the soul sucking entity that's over here on the left side of things, and you're on the right. For them, right? It's what they feel like your ashe is. And something really interesting about spirits like that is that they themselves feel like they lack so much ashe that yours looks so good to them, they're not even aware that they have it themselves. And so they go out and they attack and they absorb. Um, and I want you all to also keep in mind that not every energy vampire, not every demon is aggressive in terms of like physical abuse. So I'm saying this because Oshun is like, we need to have a conversation about what healthy dating looks like since we talk about love magic and all and attraction work specifically, right? And fertility. Um, we want to think about the fact that whew, y'all, it's hot. Let me know if y'all following along because I didn't even know this class was gonna take this kind of turn, but I'm glad that we're talking about it. So not every spirit like that shows up in a fashion of calling you out of your name or saying mean things to you that can initially like surface level be considered mean, right? They don't always start off by telling you that you're selfish or just all of those weird little things. But as time progresses, you will realize that you will begin to feel more and more tired and tired and tired. Um, I don't believe that I touched on this in our last class, but I do want to touch on it this evening. I have been seeing a circulating message on social media about how well, actually, not even just social media. I've been noticing this in our community as well, where we get into these relationships, we get comfortable with these people, and something about us, right? Something about us changes. All of a sudden, we're always tired. We never feel like dressing up. We don't speak to our friends as much as we once did. We don't have the energy to do anything. And then along with this person, it's almost like this person over here is saying, "You've changed. Why aren't you as fun as you used to be?" And no, 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 no. And then they go out and cheat. For those of you that hit home for, that's an energy vampire. And of course, they normally show up in a fashion where they make you feel like you are not enough and you just all these other things, when in actuality, nothing will ever be enough for that thing because it's a demon. Are we following along? That's a demon. That demon got that. person, let me not even give them that much credit. That person, that weak entity, is so weak that they picked up a demon and have been walking around with it ever since. Does that make sense? That weak entity is so weak that their Ori could not fight off a demon. I know y'all heard me. I know y'all heard me. I know you did. I want you to think about that, and with that, take a deep breath and let that shit go. Because why would you sit if you are so weak to pick up a demon, why would you be worth me dealing with you? That's exactly what that is. Now, let me also touch on the single and celibate note, okay? Oshun loves a man, a real one. Oshun loves her, a man, okay? That's what you need to be attracting. But, and I want you all to write this down, not as a way to shame yourself, but as a way to kind of hopefully give some of you some answers in regards to why your magic may not be working as quickly as you want it to, is because you need to wash that shit off of you. If you have not taken a real spiritual bath, particularly for these purposes, you need to. When you get out of a relationship, you need to wash that man off you. Because whether we would like to accept it or not, or whether or not we've thought about this before, a man can smell another man. And if that's a real man and he smells that man, that weak man around you, like an animal, his spirit not gonna want to come close. Y'all learning some real love magic tips. Yeah, men and women, humans are a lot more related to regular animals than you would think. And we do instinctively behave the same way. We can meet people that are just they can feel you can feel like they check off all your boxes and they could be a great person. But the problem is that they didn't wash themselves off before that last relationship, and that shit has just been manifesting and sitting on them. So whether they know it or not, and yes, this is an aspect to your shadow work, whether they know it or not, they're repetitively bringing that old shit into this new shit. And now we can't get no new shit started because the old shit keeps disrupting you. For those of you that feel like your exes, baby fathers, whatever it is, have been pulling on your ashe, that could also be a good reason why. If you've slept with that man, if you've done love magic on him, any of those like little things, or y'all could just be in a relationship and he just pick up on your spirit, right? You gotta wash him off of you, baby, or he's gonna be disrupting your sleep, calling you when he ain't supposed to. And I'm not talking about physically calling you, I'm talking about up here. All you just randomly thinking about him in the middle of the night. It's because his ass is up bullying you. Because he's up bullying you. That's why he's thinking about you and he's being selfish about how he's handling it, and now you don't feel well. Y'all better give me an ashe and make sure y'all sending these love donations for this amazing free class, okay? So, yes, yes. And if you having an ex's baby mother show up, you may need to get a love reading because people throw juju at people a lot more than we like to say in public. Um, so yep, we're going to keep going, you all. Um, so as you all know, when we do these lectures, we do a divination with the ancestors to ask them what it is that they like to talk about this evening. And of course, we're moving into the divination portion of this class tonight. And so the first card that the ancestors started off with is the Ace of Diamonds. And the Ace of Diamonds is a card that is used to describe, well, it's being used to describe the magical properties of orange. I want you all to think about victory in other aspects outside of money. I want you to think about victory in the areas of love, like we've talked about. I want you to think about victory in the area of family. I want you to think about in the area of your healing, right? Family relationships and all of those great things, and even a closer connection and relationship with your agungun, your ancestors. Um, Oranges in the romantic sense can encourage generosity. Y'all know what that means. It can make a man give you money. That's what Oshun do, girl. Using oranges in your magical workings can make a man give you money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like Oshun herself, utilizing oranges in love magic encourages others to treat you kindly. To treat you kindly. Like the goddess you are. To bring offerings, y'all. You're supposed to bring offerings to the goddess. If you don't, what you doing here? What are you doing here? Um, when used appropriately, it can even encourage marriage. Yes, that's why we were talking about the reveal, heal, and cleanse sessions, because guess what you get wiped down with? An orange. And that's how she got engaged. Long story short, long story short. So I want you all to think about what we said about Oshun, because Oshun is present at these sessions as well. And so she also opens the door, so to speak, for those new opportunities and that new joy to come. Um, so in fertility work, oranges should be used with, well, they should be used in milk baths to heal the womb, the solar plexus, the crown chakra, your throat chakras, right? Our ability to speak our minds. Oshun and the throat chakra go hand in hand. No, she does not rule the throat chakra or Rumula does. But let that be an understanding of how close Oshun's relationship is to Orumula. So for those of you that don't know who Orumula lives like right here on us anyway, in us. He lives right here. And he is the divine messenger. I know some of y'all are like, isn't that Eshu? Eshu lives back here. He's the guardian of the crossroads. There's a difference. There's a difference. So right to the almost to the priestesses here at OHI, will you drop those names in the chat section, because I know they don't know how to spell that. Um And so let's keep going, guys. And so where were we? Where were we? Those baths, when you use oranges and milk inside of a bath, they're actually used to realign the mother with her children, both born and unborn. These milk baths are, so I've actually made milk baths available at the Hoodoo shop as well, specifically for this purpose. This particular bath that I'm talking about is available at the Hoodoo shop, or will be before the evening is over, right? So keep that in mind as well. These baths are used to heal the womb in regards to abortions, miscarriages, domestic abuse, sexual abuse, childhood trauma, um, PTSD, things like that, and more. And I know some of you are wondering what these things will have to do with fertility. Well, we already know what they have to do with fertility. You hold trauma in your womb when stuff like that happens to you. And so it's kind to push it out, right? Be kind to yourself and push it out. Um, Yeah, and I wrote that in my notes. The reality is that trauma lingers. The experiences that we have on Earth can sit with us and stay and manifest their own truths within us and within our bodies. And we just don't deserve that, ladies. Move into the new year feeling good about yourself and not thinking about these things that have continuously happened, right? So, a secret of love magic that a lot of us either do not know or do not know how to maintain is that we often work ourselves, which a lot of you have probably heard me say before. Um, Sometimes when we have not gotten married, had children, gotten that new job, or simply just taking a bigger step into our lives, things that are important outside of marriage and relationships, just within ourselves, right? We often have worked ourselves into believing that we either do not deserve these things or that these things are just simply not possible. Um, and you heard me correctly. Yeah, that's right. You work yourselves. Y'all are priestesses, y'all are witches. Yes, you have the ability to work yourselves if you do not have a good hold on your own power. Um, because y'all need to know that. You need to know that sometimes you just and you shouldn't be upset with yourself about that unless you are just actively choosing not to fix it. This is why you have to get trained, because it's hard managing that much heat alone. It's hard managing power that we had a hard time managing when we were kids as adults, right? So I want you all to keep that in mind. Sometimes it really is you. Just so as much power as the priestess has over her community and as she wields over space, time, and energy, she wields over herself, right? So this can either be extraordinary or extremely destructive, and I've seen it manifest in both ways. Depending on what your inner self talk sounds like, what your confidence sounds like. So Oshun is also the gateway to you being able to control your power. Okay. Okay. So you need to start asking yourself, are you kind to yourself? Are you kind to the people around you? And are you kind to the people around you when you yourself are in a bad space mentally, emotionally, or spiritually? Are you kind to your children? Are these people kind to you? Do you not feel mentally, emotionally, or spiritually safe around some of the people in your life? And if that's so, you have to ask yourself why you feel that way, and then why they're still here. That's my homework for y'all. Why you feel that way and why they're still here and what you need to do about it. Um yes, do you practice self-care, and how often is it? Are you one of those people who doesn't often buy things for themselves, but when you do finally buy yourself something, even if it's something small, you kind of bully yourself about it? You're like, you didn't really need that. That was unnecessary. Yeah, we got to get that under control. We got to get that under control. Are you still holding on to guilt and regret from previous relationships? So everybody has bad relationships. I don't care if you got divorced. I don't care if you were with a man who kept cheating on you. Y'all really got to let that shit go. Plenty of bitches stay with niggas that cheat on them. I know I shouldn't just be saying that, but hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Stop feeling bad about being with people that aren't good for you. No, you shouldn't be there. Yes, you should figure out why you there and how to get the hell up out of there. But stop letting people guilt trip you about the relationships that you're in. Most people are in bad relationships. Guarantee you the majority of the world is in a relationship that they're not supposed to be in. So you make the decisions that are best for you, and stop letting people bully you into making decisions in your fucking lives. Like, cut that shit out. Stop letting people do that to you. Stop letting people bully you into what it is that they feel like you should be doing instead of what you're supposed to be doing. I already told y'all what y'all supposed to be doing. We had this conversation beginning of class. What did I say y'all supposed to be doing? Training to be a priestess. So y'all can come out here in these spiritual streets and help the love goddess wrangle these demons now. Because I'm tired and my back hurt. Literally. Back and titties. Never fails. Back and titties. Need y'all to get it together. So we're gonna keep going. So where are we going? Where did we stop? This is what the oranges are for. Back to the oranges. All of this is what the oranges are for. What I like to call the uglier emotions, the painful, deep-rooted feelings that we often try our best to suppress. That's what Oshun is here for. And for those of you that come to the House of Balloon, if you don't know what that is, you probably don't need to know yet. Um, if you are thinking about coming to the in-person initiations and all of these other things that are hosted here under the BSN umbrella and here at OHI, y'all need to be prepared to go through that. You need to be prepared for Oshun to come and sit on your back and not let you get up off that floor. Y'all need to be prepared to come face to face with y'all's delusions and the things in your life that you need to change and fix. And I'm telling you this because that's what Oshun deals with. Oshun deals with those uglier emotions. She handles the mother wounds, the trauma that you have in your heart that you don't want to talk about. Um, Oranges are perfect for absorbing the unwanted because they magically perform as sponges would perform. Um, and so, yes, like I said, similar to Oshun, if you all know your yay, Well, like you should, like I just explained to you, right? She behaves a lot like the magical orange. She often appears when we are in that unwavering emotional distress, when we have swallowed our traumatic experiences and have allowed them to digest for so long that we attempt to convince ourselves that they are no longer there. Um, when in actuality, they are not only still there, but actively causing issues in the other aspects of our lives. So I want you all to think about like your colons, right? We be thinking, okay, I can eat this garbage right now and I'm just gonna shit it out later, right? We think that all the time. I can eat this right now and I could just shit it out later. Yeah. But when we talk about and what we've learned about the colon, as humans for the past 100, 200, 300 something years or so, however long we've been studying the colon, we know that garbage just tends to sit there. A lot of stuff that we think that we get rid of, we don't. And so I want you all to think about like magical waste in that way. A lot of the times when something bad happens, we think that we can, I'm not going to say just move on from it, but possibly just ignore it. Um, and that's just not, yeah, that's just not how that works. It sits there. Magical waste can sit there. It will sit in your colon the way shit will sit in your colon. Um, And I could be. No, no, I don't think I'm wrong. That is the colon, right? Pretty sure that's the colon. Mhm. Um, because I'm thinking about the thing with the tube and it. That's how magical waste works. It just sits there and it sits there and it sits there and it. I'm not gonna say collects dust, but it collects trouble, and it takes up magical energy that you need for other things. So we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue. Um, So, oranges are for shadow work. I hope that you all are enjoying this class and you all are following along. Remember to recirculate the link for the hoodoo shop, the love donations, and everything else so you all have all the information that you need and you're not trying to hurry up and, you know, during the class. So, the ancestors are up this evening and they are ready to talk. So, and we're not going to be in here much longer because I know you guys are tired and you're all ready to eat, right? Um, But next we have, so the next card that came out after the Ace of Diamonds, we have the Queen of Clubs. And if you all are interested in learning more about the playing cards, or if you don't understand, these particular suits, I taught an entire series on it. It's at the Hoodoo Shop and should be at the Arisha Hoodoo Institute as well. Um, I taught an entire series going down each playing card for you all so that you can go and learn the playing cards if that's your chosen divination tool like it is mine. But I digress. So the next card is the Queen of Clubs. And for those of you that don't know much about the Queen of Clubs, she is the card of mental success. She represents overcoming, our mental dis-ease. In this case, the ancestors briefly touch on how to use this fruit, right? This herb, the orange, for meditation and how to further connect with your goon with it. So I know a lot of you have come to your ancestral life path readings, the readings that tell you how to set up your altars. You've come to your ancestral life path readings, your reveal, healing, cleanse sessions, and all kinds of things, complaining about meditation. A lot of you are having a hard time meditating and staying focused. Um, and the solution that the ancestors offer is for you to begin offering oranges in exchange for meditation. So you all have heard me say this before. Anytime you offer something to the ancestors or to the spirits, you're supposed to ask for something in return. So when you're offering oranges, right? Even to Oshun, if that's something that you're asking, if that's something that you have trouble with, you need to be asking them to help you meditate in return. Another thing, when you meditate, you're supposed to ask the ancestors to come and meditate with you. Did y'all know that? I'm hearing crickets. I'm hearing crickets. Did y'all know that? You are supposed to ask them. You are supposed to ask them to come and meditate with you. You know how we talked in the beginning of this class about the idea of the lone witch syndrome? A lot of you have the misunderstanding that you're supposed to be perfect and you're just supposed to be strong enough to work with your ancestors. Baby, why would they ask that of you? Why would they demand that you be this God wielding spirit that, like, y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta chill. They don't expect that of you. Like, they know that it's hard. They know that this is difficult. They know that you don't have a whole lot of people to talk to about this. They know that you're scared of them. They know. They know that you're scared of them. They know that y'all are scared of them. So if y'all have been trying to hide that from them, good luck. They know that y'all been having nightmares. They know that y'all stressed about them kids. They know that that man broke your heart. They know about all of that. They're not asking you to have shit together. All they're asking is for you to feed them so that you can hear them when they tell you to duck. Okay. They're not gonna ask you to punch nobody. They gon' but you better be able to hear them when they tell your ass to duck. Does that make sense? Stop thinking that you're supposed to go into the world and know how to fight all of all of they do not. They do not expect you to be able to do that. That's what they're here for. That's why you feed them. If you all watched the spiritual etiquette class that I taught about a month ago, our last community outreach class, you know that we talked about the fact that the ancestors are the first line of defense. The ancestors will beat up a damn demon long before your candle will. They met that nigga at the door, at the front gates. Okay. I'm here to tell you, prime example, I'm not even joking with you. Consequences of being priestess out here, you often tend to have to fight other people's demons. So let me tell y'all the story. Sometime recently, someone sent a demon after myself. And y'all want to know how good the ancestors are? Y'all, I ain't even know. I ain't even know. I just so happened to be talking to them one day. And that's not the first time that's happened to me. I just so happened to be talking to them. And he was like, oh yeah, and by the way, we took care of that problem. What problem? What problem? What y'all talking about? Imagine. Imagine being so protected, so ordained that you don't even know when a bitch has sent a demon after you. I ain't even know. I ain't having bad dreams. My head fine. I ain't pulling my damn hair out. I'm perfectly full. A bitch is fine and full. Okay. Fine and full. Didn't even know. That's why y'all need to be feeding y'all ancestors. Y'all better drop a asheo for the agungun. Because they'll take out a problem long before you even knew it existed. They saw this bitch coming 6 months ago. They knew what she was gonna do before she knew what she was gonna do. And let me sleep in peace. Okay, that's what it means to be priestess. Y'all better honor y'all's titles. Honor who you are. Honor the gifts and the protection and the joy and the love that God has chosen for you within these practices. Y'all need to start, yes, working with your gungun, but train first. Train first. Train first. Because how are you supposed to know how to take care of them? How to turn them off? That's another thing. A lot of y'all be up in the middle of the night because you don't know how to close y'all portals with y'all ancestors. Y'all don't know that y'all could tell them to, not tonight, y'all. I need to go to bed. So you receiving all these messages in the spiritual realm, y'all trying to go to bed, can't even go to bed. Can't even go to bed. Because your great auntie Thelma is up talking about some, you know what's really good for protection work? Girl, some sea salt. And now in your head, you like, damn, I need to go get some sea salt tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I don't even think I got it. You don't even need it. You don't even need it. You don't even need it. Like they don't need to sleep shit. Like, of course they go, of course they're gonna sit here and just want to talk. Just want to talk. No, you need to go to bed. Especially if y'all think y'all finna be doing this job full time like me. No. Mm-mm-mm. They'll wake you up in the middle of the night for all kinds of things. All kinds of things. You need to start politely asking them to go to sleep. They don't even sleep, but they need to go do something else. Something else. Start giving them tasks before you go to bed, right? Guys, while I'm asleep, please work the hoodoo shop. Nah, nah. See, yeah, yeah. And they're not waking me up out of my sleep in the middle of the night to cook nothing. To cook nothing. To cook nothing. Y'all need to start asking them to go away. Go away. Go away. Okay. It's not rude. Tell them to go away. It's Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. No, y'all be out here getting terrorized by your own spirits. Y'all need to learn how to gain better control over them. Um, we already talked about how you're supposed to ask for something in return. Y'all know oranges can also give you psychic abilities or help with your clairs, right? So start giving oranges when you have a hard time with your gift of sight. It can help to make things a lot more precise. Because Oshun sees all. Yeah, better put some oranges up on them altars and stop playing with yourselves like y'all ain't got no sense. Um, already said the oranges can be offered for protection, but hear me out. This specifically, this includes protection over your children. We know that Oshun loves her babies, right? The great mother, like we talked about. So, so the protection from oranges over children and mothers, particularly, is especially potent and precise, and over the family. And Oshun will protect your marriage. Oshun don't play that homewrecker shit, y'all. Okay, so it's just a tidbit of advice. So I know you guys are waiting on the good stuff. We've been talking about all this trauma and healing, which is all necessary, but what about the love? What about the love? Oranges can be used in love magic to make powerful elixirs, powerful love magic elixirs, if used appropriately, like our love sap. By the way, if you want to go learn how to make love sap yourself, the class is at the Hoodoo Shop. Go to the For Witches section. Every single class, everything that I have taught on a love magic elixir, on a potent whatever, it's in there. It's in there. And so next time y'all make a little bit of love sap, try a couple things, if you really want your partner, your spouse, your significant other to see things your way, add a little freshly squeezed orange juice to his food, his drink. Start giving him freshly squeezed orange juice and just, enchant it. You can also just go buy Simply Made. Go get the Simply Organic, whatever it's called. Go buy that from the store. Shake it up a couple times, shake it back and forth just a little because you want him to change his mind, right? And then just put it in the fridge. Let him drink it, right? Right. Okay. So you can also add love sap to shampoos and conditioners, but that's a story for another time. And I feel like I saw some of y'all's ears perk up, and I'm not gonna do this with y'all this evening. So we're gonna keep going. So if you can get that close, so if you cannot get that close, add a little orange essential oil to his shoes. Thank me for it later. Thank me for it later. What else? Ancestors. If you cannot get that close, right? Go to the Hoodoo Shop and take my paper doll class. I taught a paper doll class here at OHI over a year ago, I think, and it's a class on distance magic, the art of doing magic on people that you can't get your hands on, and you don't need a birthday. You don't even need that man's last name. You don't need none of his stuff that he didn't touch. We don't even care about none of that. Go get a doll. Make a doll. The ancestors know who you're talking about. I wish I would come to. I love it when y'all be like, "You need his birthday." Hell no, they know who I'm talking about. Jeffrey on third and fifth. That's who we talking about. They saw what I saw. Okay, they know exactly who we talking about. So no, they are never gonna sit here and like confuse who you talking about for somebody else. Y'all do not need birthdays, articles of clothing. You don't even have to have met that man. You don't even have to have ever met that man, y'all. Like, I got three boyfriends, and one of us never even met. Gotta have options. I digress. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. So we talked. So yes, that's distance magic. So all you would need is the ingredients provided in your syllabuses, syllabi, whatever it's called. But you get my point. So I hope that everyone is following along. All right. I know tonight we have talked a lot about Oshun and her love for oranges, but it all really does tie in together. Oranges, like Oshun, encourage us not to give away our entire fortune to others. I don't know if I've ever told you all this story, but there's an old Pataki or African story, right? About how Oshun has come to Earth and lost her fortune for being too generous to others. And yes, I know this is gonna hit home for some of y'all because some of us are just a little too friendly, right? Yeah, some of us are a little too friendly. So this story is important because the ancestors' divination with us this evening briefly highlights the importance of reparation. The last leg of this divination is explained by the six of diamonds in reverse. And if y'all know y'all playing cards, then y'all know like y'all know. The six of diamonds is a card that represents repayment. It can represent feeling like we've been stolen from or that you haven't received justice. Um, you all know that the sixes in numerology represent karma. They can represent peace and the art of moving on. They can represent cycles. And in this particular case, this can talk about thieves, those that you all have been giving your fortunes away to, meaning your happiness, freedom, your voices, and even your physical income. In your spaces, some of y'all got people living in your house that ain't supposed to be there. Hmm. And it can represent an ending to this pattern, forcing you to speak up for yourselves, regardless of what you would deem as discomfort or disloyalty. Stop feeling like you disloyal to people for choosing yourself. Like, that's the most bizarre shit I've ever heard. Like, when people be like, oh my God, she a fake ass bitch. I'm fake because I don't like you. Because you did something to me. Okay, Mr. Lulu. Okay, okay. Don't cross over that line, though, Caroline. Don't cross over that line though, Caroline. Okay. We can disagree all we want to, but Caroline, y'all remember Hattie from that Tyler Perry play? Like, don't play with me. Don't step over. Okay. So, okay, okay. So that is what this is once again what the oranges are for, to soothe your discomfort surrounding confrontation in your confidence. Oshun don't have a problem saying what she gotta say. She gonna get upset about it. She may even cry about it. She may be sad about it for a little while. But once she get mad, she finna cuss everybody out. If she meant what the fuck she said, she meant what she said. If she is the definition of having the last laugh, literally, literally. So I want you all to take that in mind as well. A lot of us need to come to grips with the fact that just because they need it and you have it doesn't mean that you have it because you're supposed to give it to them. That's not what you're supposed to do. Just because you have something that somebody else feels like, just because somebody needs something, don't mean you have it for them. Just because somebody homeless and they need a place to stay, don't mean that your house is where they need to be. Just because this nigga need $15, don't mean that you have. Does not mean that your $15 is the $15 that he needs. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Are y'all hearing me? Just because a nigga need $15 don't mean that it's your $15 you supposed to get it in. Cause why you even need $15? I'm a firm believer. Don't ask me for crackhead money. Don't do that. Don't do shit like that to me. Don't randomly text me and ask me for $20 and shit. Don't Cause it just feels like crackhead energy. It feels like you copy and pasted that to five people and you try your best to, to make $100. Like, I know y'all hear me. I don't care. I don't care how mean that sounds. I can come off cold. This is baby. I'm the queen of swords. Technically, I'm the queen of pentacles. That's me. But I show up as the Queen of Swords, and she don't really care about coming off as cold. I said no, and I'm not a liar. I'm not going to sit here and make up some bullshit excuse. Oh, I don't have it. No, I'm gonna just say no. I'm gonna just say no. I'm gonna say no, and I dare you to ask me why. Because why are you 36? 36. Why are you 36 and three quarters asking me for $20? Why? Why? Y'all need to stop giving money to y'all parents too. Your mama is a grown ass woman. Why are you giving your mom money? Your mama, your mama is a grown ass woman. Why are you giving your mom money? She ain't got no kids in her house no more. Why she always needs money? Stop giving y'all parents money. I don't care what nobody says. Your parents, the people that raised you, the people that chose to lay down and fuck and have you, right? Yeah, they're not your responsibility. You should not be stressing trying to feed a parent unless they are old and senile. And even then, it is the parents' responsibility to set up the appropriate funds so their children never have to go through that. You need to get, and I know a lot of y'all are still rolling on these old Christian beliefs. And let me tell you something. This may be like the church, but we don't roll by them same rules. We don't believe in it. Look, it's the honor thy father and thy mother, but the Christian church forgot that last part where it says that a father is not supposed to drive their child to anger, right? So let's think about the fact that your parent is not supposed to put you in a bad place. That's not how that works. I love it when like the old folks be trying to tell me about the Bible, don't even know they looking at a priest. I know what the Bible say, baby. I know what it says. I know exactly what it says. And it says that as an elder, you should be ashamed of your behavior. Ooh. But I digress. How y'all feeling? How's class going? Y'all enjoying yourselves? I hope so. I hope so. So stop. Stop giving money to y'all parents. Stop giving money to all these people you ain't supposed to be giving your money to. Why are you struggling? Why is it that when you need money, you can't call nobody, but when someone else needs money, you the first number on their call list, and then you're being that number one for six people? Somebody explain that to me. How are you supposed to be your number one if you Keisha's number one, Gina's number one, Tiana's number one, Tyrese number one, TJ number one, your brother's number one? Like how? Your mama's number one, your daddy's number one, like, but ain't none of these people your number one. You call them asking for $20, they ain't got it. You need a place to stay. They don't like people in their house. Your kids hungry. Oh, we ain't got. Well, you need to be a better parent. But they had no problem putting their children's responsibilities on you. Y'all need to stop letting people do that shit to you. Stop it. Stop letting people do that mess to you. Cut that out. Stop it. Stop doing it. Stop letting people do that to you. Stop letting people do that to you, especially the elders in y'all's community, because the elder will guilt trip you into accepting some bullshit in a heartbeat. Y'all need to get into the habit of making yourselves uncomfortable by making other people uncomfortable. You really do. Remember Oshun's story? She gave away her entire fortune. You know how much fortune that is for Oshun, the mermaid, to give away her entire fortune. She gave away her entire fortune being generous. And when it was time for her to need help, no one could help her. Nobody can help the goddess because the goddess needs too much. Y'all need to accept that you are responsible for your entire community. You don't have time to put in all of your ashe, all of your energy into one specific place or person. And if somebody gets upset about it, tell them bitches to get to the back of your mind. Cause we got I look, look. Look, you got more than just them to be taken care of. So that's what you need to start telling people. I'm sorry, I'm responsible for more than just myself. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. I'm responsible for more than just me, so I cannot afford to help you. My kingdom has to eat. My empire needs to be fed. My ancestors need to be strong and healthy because I need soldiers at my gate. My gungun need to stand tall, and I can't stand them. I cannot let them stand tall if I'm taking the $20 I was gonna go get fruit and giving it to your crackhead ass. How am I supposed to feed my ancestors if I'm feeding you? How? 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 And then knowing the pettiness of my ancestors, whatever you took and used that $20 for, like a sandwich, I bet you choke. I bet you don't even enjoy it because you eating their shit, and they know that you eating their shit. And so now you still owe them. Remember what we was talking about reparations? Stop waiting for people to pay you back. It's just stop giving shit to people. That's the code. That's the cheat code. That's the Hail Mary, babies. Stop waiting for people to finally see that they're taking advantage of you and just stop doing shit for people. And you can tell them the love goddess says so. Tell them I said so. I'll take a fight for you. God, they gonna lose, but you get my point. Like, tell them I said so. Stop letting people treat you like you are a like you are here to just be their personal taskmasters. Like that's insane. Outside of just monetary gain, right? Like some of us have given away our kindness, our patience, our bodies, our food, our homes in the name of keeping others in the name of helping others. And I am here to tell you that Oshun walks with you because she doesn't support any of that. Oshun don't like that nonsense. If you've been with me long enough, you've heard my Oshun on the moon story. And Oshun will sit up there and watch the world go to shit if she sees fit. Okay? Y'all need to be more like Oshun. Y'all need to be more like Oshun. You really, 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 really do. Um, she does not support any of that, y'all. Oshun does not encourage us to destroy ourselves in the name of preserving others. Self-preservation is self-care, and everyone is responsible for their own lives. Stop making yourself responsible for somebody else's happiness. I don't care what this sounds like, and I hope this gives y'all a little giggle in y'all's tummies this evening. I don't give a fuck what your life look like. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You want to know why? Because everybody has the ability to make their lives better, just like y'all chose to be in these groups this evening. Y'all chose to come to these free classes instead of sitting in the Facebook groups and say, they never give us nothing for free. Y'all chose to come. Y'all chose to sit here and get this lecture and get this lesson. You never know how these messages from the Google and from Ocean this evening may change your future. Y'all need to start thinking about the fact that everybody has ancestors, everybody has a gungun, and just because they can't hear theirs does not mean that you're meant to save them. Because I've gotten into the habit of asking, well, why can't you hear your ancestors? I can hear mine. Why? Hell, why can't you hear yours? Why don't you feed your ancestors? Why I gotta feed mine to help you? I don't want to do that. Like, stop it. Stop doing things for other people. Cut it out. Cut cut it out. Ia, you joined class at the end. You are our great mother, Priestess Oshun Funke, has entered our class this evening. But we're almost done.
I know, I just was trying to show my support, but how was class?
It was good. It was good. Tonight was a good class. Oshun showed up and she took over.
I be trying. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it was a good class. You just had so much action. I was like, let me see what's going on over there.
Oh yeah, it's been a good. Everybody's been really active this evening. They needed this one. I did too. It was a good class. It was a real good one.
Excellent. You look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hot. I was trying to figure out how shiny I was on camera.
Don't mind me.
But
Continue on.
But yeah, guys, we're getting close to the end of our class this evening. But the main question of tonight is, or was, right? Are you willing to give away your fortunes? This is the question of this evening. This has been the highlight of our divination this evening, of our lecture. The ancestors have called you out all out in an effort to force you to reckon with your own generosity, and in most cases your lack of boundaries and self-respect within your lives and personal relationships. I know this lecture may have felt a little all over the place because we did talk about a lot of stuff this evening, but I promise you that it will all make sense, if not now then later, right? So if anyone has any questions, y'all wanted to talk about the Axe Priestess segment, we are now at the end of our class, so please feel free to ask. Oh, it was on time. We did good tonight, y'all. Yeah, no 3-hour lecture. Okay. Questions before I let y'all go. Y'all can unmute yourselves.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know you mentioned the orange cleanse for the children's, but can I do that on myself? Because I don't have kids, so can I do that on
Mm-hmm.
myself? Okay,
Do it on yourself.
perfect.
Mm-hmm. Who else? Come on. Because we
I
will
have a
have
quick.
another class. What's up?
Hi. So I was at the cleanse and reveal session, and I got your
Mm-hmm.
package, which was amazing, y'all. Her stuff is amazing. So I did have a question about the love sap because I remember you touched on the love sap earlier. In particular, you said it's
Mm-hmm.
not only used for love, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is there like a certain prayer when we're using it? Like, should we be saying like a certain prayer? Are we just setting our intentions? Or is there
Mm-hmm.
anything more that we need to do with it? It's been amazing, by the way, because I've been attracting stuff that I didn't even know I could attract with just a one little, so
You was a
yeah,
part of the one drop group. Ooh.
yes,
Part of
yes.
the one drop group. So, for those of y'all asking what the one drop group was, we had our last batch of reveal healing cleanse sessions. That's what she's talking about from over the summer. She joined us in July, if I'm not mistaken. Year it might have been somewhere around that time. But so at the end of everyone's sessions, you all get a box of magical prescriptions to help you through your first real cleansing, right? And
Right.
so what this particular batch of love sap was for was to help them to get over the traumas and things that were realized, recognized, and unleashed and cleansed, during her session. So you asked me about specific prayers. I always feel like it's a great idea to ask her what she's here for because she's going to answer you. You all know in the beginning of the class, we talked about meditation. Don't just meditate with your ancestors, meditate with your spiritual products as well. Whenever you conjure something, it becomes a living, for lack of a better word, like a living spirit, I guess I should explain it as. Ia, how would you explain that? Would you call it like a living spirit?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. I would definitely call it a living spirit. I would also like to just take this moment to make a shameless plug on your behalf because I don't know that all of the participants understand that that batch of love sap that they have was specifically created for them. So, cleanse, heal, and reveal is something that Love Goddess. I would turn my camera on, you guys. I apologize in advance. But I'm in the dark, so it would actually just make the recording look crazy if I did. But cleanse, heal, and reveal is a ceremony and ritual that Love Goddess and myself jointly created. So you won't find that anywhere else with any other practitioners. Is something that Spirit gave to us that is different every single time. Like we've never done two that are the same. Not only that, we do a divination that is specific for the entire group before we do the ceremony. So we already know as a group who's coming and what kinds of things they're going to be dealing with. We are given recipes. Our protocols and order of ceremony is always changed depending on the group that we have, and specific products are created for that group. So what you end up getting is a very customized treatment. And then not only that, that's what happens before we even see you, but then when you come, everything is individualized. Your cleansing, your reading, and all of that. So yes, the medicine is living. The medicine has spirit. The medicine has intelligence. It's enchanted, and it's specifically for your needs as they were at that time. So that leads me to the next question that people always ask is, well, I did the cleanse, heal, and reveal. Can I do it again? Absolutely. You can do it every single time, because you always need a bath. You don't only take a bath once a week or once a year, right? And as your destiny changes based on the decisions that you make and based on how you respond or fail to respond to outside forces, then there's always something new that can be read and interpreted about the energies around you. So I don't know, I turned this into a cleanse, heal, and reveal commercial. But if you haven't had your cleanse, heal, and reveal, you definitely need to have one. And not only that, you need to book a reading with Love Goddess. Go to the Orisha Hoodoo Institute website, which is learnorishahoodoo.com, and book a reading, because you will never have something so personalized, is all I can say. I mean, the way that spirit moves through her and walks with her when she's doing her work is it's very different in the best possible way from a lot of readers that I have witnessed. I hope I answered your question, my love. I'm finished.
Couldn't do it. I got these man eaters on my fingernails. Kind of mute the. But that's a sweet Ia. Thank you. But Ia's right. Everything that you conjure, I want you all to think about this when you personally conjure things as well. That's a living thing. Let that be a little bit of a warning, because you know that we briefly touched on working with demons earlier in this class, because I realized that we need to, yes, the sessions are held in Atlanta, Deja. So we will be announcing the dates. Ia will let y'all know. We're announcing the dates for next year's batch of sessions, and we'll let you all come in and sign up accordingly. But yes, take that into account whenever you are conjuring or creating something. You all know that we talked about how doing this job means that you're constantly opening up portals. Ia, do they have to be a part of our mentorship to come and sign up for their reveal, healing, cleanse sessions?
No, not at all. We so they're not open to the general public, meaning like we don't go to Walmart and pass out cards. But if you are affiliated with us, if you take classes, if you are a part of our community, at the very least, you need to be enrolled in our Discord, either Black Spectrum Network Discord, Mambo Says Discord, or Orisha Hoodoo Discord. And you need to be in one of those Discord communities simply so that you can get the information, so you'll know when we're hosting the sessions. But the short answer is no. You don't have to be enrolled in the school. You don't have to be a member of one of the covens. You just need to be connected to the community and supporting the community. Because like this class is free, and we have a lot of free classes, and we're always really giving to the community. But signing up for one of our communities, one of the Discord communities, is an opportunity for you to give back because there are monthly fees that cover the technology and the staff required to maintain those communities. So it's an excellent opportunity for you to to exchange energy with us, and also to put yourself in position to know about what's happening within our community, because we have events. I mean, at this point, we have events almost every month. There's something happening, but definitely every quarter. And we do Cleanse, Heal, and Reveal every quarter. We did it. How many times did we do it this year, Love Goddess? 3 times? I think we only did it 3 times this year, but we're definitely going to do it 4 times next. Did we do it 4 times already? Okay. Our intention is to do it at least quarterly. Like, we want to kind of do it with the seasons. Because I think that that's the minimum that makes sense. But we're going to make sure that we plan that excellently for 2024.
Okay, so now y'all know. Be on the lookout for your Reveal, Heal, and Cleanse sessions. I saw one of y'all say that the next session scheduled is 12 days after your baby is due. We gonna come back to that later.
She's talking about Aleke's. I think I know who that is. That's not Cleanse, Heal, and
Oh.
Reveal. The Cleanse, Heal, and Reveal is a completely different. That's what I'm saying. We have some type of in-person event or ritual nearly every month. I think it's really more like every 6 to 8 weeks. But we don't have Cleanse, Heal, and Reveal scheduled. We did the last one in August. Was it August or July? We did the last one whenever the last one was. And the next one will likely be January or February. Love Goddess and I just have to actually put those dates on the calendar. So what you're talking about is not Cleanse, Heal, and Reveal. It's another type of ceremony, which I believe is either Aleke's or the Ella initiation.
I gotta call you about that. But you guys, so yes, it was in. Okay, so it's a lot of questions, Let me try to get to all of them at once. So our last Cleanse, Heal, Reveal session was in September of this year. You all are asking about my event here at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute for Valentine's Day. That one has not been completely scheduled out yet, but be on the lookout for it, because now I know I have to hurry up and pick a date, right? But be on the lookout for, and that event is under the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. So you all heard Ia just say that all of the events are, that we're having something pretty much once a month, if not twice a month. It's a great moment. It's a great opportunity for you all to come and learn how to priestess in person, which is what we talked about earlier in the class. If you're not really someone who likes to learn online, that's a great opportunity for y'all to come and sit with us and learn how to do this for real and see what it looks like to take on that kind of responsibility in your community. Can one of our priestesses drop our Discord link for OHI in the chat, please? The invite link. Anybody else got any more questions? Anybody? Come on, because we don't have another class for a month. Mina?
I know that somebody said something about you repeating the how to do the orange cleanse.
Mm-hmm. How to do it. So I can teach you all how to do it via the appointments at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. I can teach you all how to do orange cleanse if you don't know. But what I said was, you pray over the orange, you wipe it down over your children, you cut it open to see. But the problem is that if you don't know what you're looking for when you cut it open, that's where the appointment would come in, where I would sit down and teach you how to make it. Teach you how to read it. Does that make sense? It's going to do its job regardless. But if you want to know what came off, you have to know how to read the orange. Does that make sense?
Exactly. It's a process. And not only that, you also have to know how to speak to the orange and wake up the spirit of the orange so that it does what you're asking it to do. So it's kind of a process. Your intentions as a mother are always going to be powerful for your children. So without any training, without knowing how to, in quotations, do an orange cleansing, you can pray over an orange and you can wipe your baby with it, and you will have an energetic effect, right? It will do something, because the prayers of a mother are extremely powerful. But this is a technology. It's an occult technology. And it's something that you must be taught and you must learn to do and you must practice. We always say practice makes priestess, right? You must practice in order to master it. I always get really tickled when I see these wine glasses with an egg floating in the middle, and clearly people don't know what the heck they're doing. And they post it in our Facebook group and they be like, I know what I see. What do you see? And it's like, you don't see shit. You want somebody to do a reading for you because you don't know how. But you just, anyway, that's not how we do it. If you book the appointment, Love Goddess is going to give you guidelines. And I say guidelines because you're not going to learn how to do an egg cleansing over the internet. Okay. You're not going to learn how to do it in a 30-minute appointment with Love Goddess. You will learn a lot and you'll learn more than you knew when you started. But if you want to learn this technology and you want to see how it's done, you need to book an appointment for a Cleanse, Heal, and Reveal session. And if you really want to understand the technology and be able to apply it to other items like eggs, like spaghetti squash or whatever the hell else, because Love Goddess can cleanse you and read you with anything, then you need to enroll in priestess training. Really.
I think our mother has spoken. So, Calvi, I think that you had a question.
Yes, ma'am. Earlier you mentioned you had another video or lesson about reading the cards. Do you have a link that you could either email the group later or drop in the chat?
So, will someone go and take that the first message that I sent you all that had all of the links, including the love donations and everything in that first message, resend it to the chat, and I want all of you to go and screenshot that message because it has any links that you could possibly need from this class. Some of them have dropped the Discord link, so for those of you that are looking for the Discord links, go get that too. The courses that you're looking for, they're going to be labeled playing cards for witches in the Hoodoo shop, and at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute, they will be labeled the Cartomancy series.
Okay.
And that's how you all would learn how to go read with the playing cards. Keep in mind what I said about all these divination tools being available at the Hoodoo shop as well. I haven't added the collection of playing cards yet, but the tarot decks are up and waiting and ready. Anybody else? Did that answer your question, Lovely?
No, it did. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, no, maybe so. Y'all have any questions about events? Do y'all have any questions about what y'all learned about the oranges this evening? Any questions about anything that you may have learned? Anything for the Axe Priestess segment? Well, y'all said that you wanted me to start that segment, so I'm going to start it soon. Where I tell y'all my crazy endeavors as a priestess full time. But if no one else has questions, I hope that you all have enjoyed this class on Oshun and the magic of oranges. I pray that you take what you have learned and apply it to your everyday lives tenfold. Being generous or considerate of someone else does not mean that you have to sacrifice yourselves. This has been Unleashing the Magic of Oranges with the Love Goddess, and I hope that you all enjoyed our class this evening. Good night, and I will see you next month for our next free class. So, Asheo, everybody.